Alrighty, hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm just going over I put out a video there yesterday of the fluid system. I just kind of wanted to, it's almost complete. This is taking a lot more work than the boxes in, process, boxes out system. I assure you of that. This has been a lot of work. So basically, how does it work? Well, we have our liquids trailer. And now what I need to set up is a buy zone where we can buy the fuel. And then you're going to be able to process the fuel. It saves. So you'll be able to process the fuel into probably 3 or 4 different types of liquids. Right? Fuel for the machines. And then maybe grease that you can sell to the factory. And so on and so forth. So these screens back here just measure what comes in and out of the trailer. That's it. And it compares it to what's already in storage. So you got to log in first. This is our manager. This is how much fuel is in the system. All right. So let's pretend this is full. It's not. There's only 100 units in there because I'm testing it. But let's pretend it's full. See, it shows you the amount of fuel that you have in the system. So you connect to it, press backspace, throw that away, and then we can fill it up. So now it's filling up. This one updates. This one will update when it's finished. So when that's done, there, it updates to what we have. So now we have 310. So then we come back into log into our system. Now we've got 310. And then I can say, okay, I have 100 grease. I want to manufacture more. We have to manufacture 10 units at a time. So I want to manufacture, let's say, 50 units of grease. And then it'll manufacture. There we go. And then it saves. It saves into the storage. And it saves when it takes away from here. Huh, interesting. Let's see. Let's try that again. So I should lose 50 units. It doesn't look like I'm losing 50 units here. Oh yeah, there we go. Anyways, it could, whatever. If it breaks, it breaks. I mean, big deal. If you get what you get, that's basically it. It's gonna break to the player's advantage. Is basically what's going on here, and that's good. Okay, so that's how that works. So now it's just like the other one there, right? Where is this one here? Anyways, I'll have to make these buttons work, but it's just like the other one. So that's it. That's it. So now what I need to do is on the outside here. So we can disconnect this, right? This can go back in. Then what I'll need to do is, oh yeah, it's going back in. Okay, I'll have to have valves here. One will be for grease, one will be for diesel, and so on and so forth. Because how this works is there's like an on and off value inside the handle, which tells the trailer which type of fuel you're putting into it and which type of fuel you're taking out of it. There can only be one type of fuel in the trailer at a time. That makes sense unless I bulkhead it off, which I don't really want to do. I could. That might be a future update. But yeah, so that will essentially be that. So then you say you want to empty grease. So what it'll say is shows how much grease is in the storage. So that'll probably be this terminal here. So I'll duplicate this terminal here. And this will say oil, this will say grease, this will say diesel, and so on and so forth. And that's basically that. So, and this one here, yeah, and then this one will have to be converted so it can fill up the trailer, which, I mean, we can do. Let's see, we'll turn it out. And then just pick it up. So here, if we attach to the trailer, but this saves. So there, see it's going down. The trailer is filling up, but that'll save. in your main storage. It doesn't save for your grease storage, but your main fuel storage. So we want to make sure that we can come back here, right? Did I delete that value? There we go. Storage A. Why is that only at 23? I may have just deleted that value. I'll have to check. Let's see here. I'll have to check. Uh-oh. Yeah, so now I just need to play around with it to make sure we can fill it up and empty it. So, and then that way, when it's done through the pump handle and when it's done through on and off values, you can choose where the player can unload the trailer and where the player can load the trailer. And that way, just the chances of there being, you know, any confusion or whatever. Oh yeah, see, I did delete it there. So we're at 220. Yeah, so there you have it. You can load the trailer, you can unload the trailer with your base fuel, and then now I just have to work out the system on loading and unloading it with the fuel that you can manufacture. And then the last part obviously is going to be I need to add some sound, and then I need to add some graphics to this thing, right? So when it's processing fuel, there's going to be a sound. There needs to be like you know, some lights that turn on and off, and there's probably going to need to be some smoke because this is kind of like a factory, right? So now what I need to do is I need to add like some moving parts and some lights and some sounds to it, basically, and then we're pretty much there. Yeah. So now, like I say, I just need to work out being able to unload the fuel or the grease, and then selling it, and then like I say, you'll have to come over here to these. There's factories over here. And then I think there's factories on this side of the map, way over here as well. Yeah. So you'll have to come over to here and sell your grease to the factories, maybe to the yards. I'm not too sure yet. But these guys will probably end up buying fuel, refined fuel, and that sort of stuff. So yeah. So I just thought like as a way to enhance kind of gameplay. You know, instead of just going to a depot, right, purchasing the fuel there and then driving somewhere and unloading the fuel and selling it, I thought it might be neat for you to have to process the fuel yourself. So you're going to drive over here to this facility, and you'll load up. This is just oil, so you'll load up with your raw fuel, and then you'll have to come back to your base, and then you'll unload into here. You'll process it into whatever. Then you can load up your trailer again, and then you can go and sell it, and you'll get experience, and you'll get all kinds of rewards for that as well. And these are just other ways that I'm trying to give experience to the players. Yeah, so I'm almost ready. This should probably later on today. I'll be able to update this to the server, and then what I'll do is I'll advertise it again, and that way when people come in, they can play the latest version. And that's that. And then I'm going to add a button there so you can buy cash and you can buy experience, so that way if you don't want to grind and you got lots of Robux, you can just spend your Robux and beat the grind. So that's that. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. This is just kind of an update on where things are with the fuel. Like I say, the next step now is to expand on the buying and the selling with the trailer and the reprocessing. I think it's pretty cool, actually. So now, and then I was thinking that this is kind of going back to the idea that I had with the water truck and the well. And what I'm thinking is perhaps I'll introduce another truck where that's what you'll get to do. You'll get to drive around the map and you'll get to drill for water. I was thinking maybe for oil, right? Like I thought maybe that would be a great way of instead of just going to a depot and buying it, you just have to drive around the map to certain zones and then drill. But then I thought, you know what, for all the work, for all the setup, I'd have to save it, and there's a lot more that you would have to do for a system like that. You'd have to save state where the player is, and I just don't want to do that right now. So this is how the system is, but I think for water and other types of resources, you might end up having to do that. You can go and drill, and then you can fill up, maybe the truck is going to have a tank on it, and you can fill it up with the water, come back here and unload. Yeah, so those are just future thoughts, future expansions. But thank you so much for watching, liking, and subscribing. And I really hope you all are checking out this game. It's fantastic. Thank you so much, and I'll see you all in the next video.